am demanding full accountability and reimbursement for the local costs incurred, including injuries to local officers and damages caused by the chaos unleashed when the Trump administration recklessly deployed the military and ICE agents into our communities. They are the ones who created this unrest, and they are the ones that need to foot the bill.
It's Trump's fault that they threw bricks at officers. It's Trump's fault that they had to deploy the National Guard because they couldn't control the rioters in their city for getting the illegal lawbreakers who illegally invaded our country out. That's all Trump's fault.
And it just pisses me off. I'm want to use extreme language right now.
You got two bald-headed old ladies
That's
back there.
what I was finna say. Them two bald black.
Hey, bruh.
No,
hey,
bro, look how she's smiling, bruh. It's pissing me off, bruh. Look at her right here.
Why they don't have no hair?
Yeah, it is Trump's fault.
You got more hair than both of them combined.
Are y'all serious, bro?
That is crazy.
Are y'all kidding me? So...
Yeah, wasn't they robbing and looting? So that's Trump's fault too?
Yep.
How? He was trying to stop it.
It's all Trump's fault.
Yeah, it's Trump's fault.
Bro, these people actually must think that people are dumb. I mean, this isn't serious, bro.
There is some dumb people out here that will, say it
This
still
is
is his fault, bro. It's his fault, bro.
The numerous protests against ICE raids and the No King's Day event have cost the city of Los Angeles millions of dollars. The city recently balanced its budget after facing a roughly $1 billion deficit.
And Eyewitness News investigative reporter Kevin Osebek is here with the numbers as 7 on your side investigates the cost. Kevin?
Well, David and Giovanna, with thousands of officers working overtime and some agitators turning destructive, we knew there was going to be a huge cost to you, the taxpayer. And now we have the numbers. These huge protests have cost the city a whopping $19.7 million. That's according to the city's administrative officer. Now, much of that $19.7 million is coming from the LAPD at nearly $17 million. We're going to break down this number a little bit further in just a few seconds. But we can also see the response from the LAFD has cost $1.2 million. There's been nearly $600,000 in damage to city buildings. The street cleaning for city streets has cost over $500,000. And there's been at least $85,000 in graffiti cleanup. But we are told that number is going to climb. So let's kind of hone in on that LAPD number of nearly $17 million. The vast majority of that, more than $11 million, is just because of officer overtime. The city administrator officer says on Saturday during those huge protests, nearly every single LAPD officer was working. So as you can imagine, the OT was just racking up. There's also been $240,000 in vehicle damage to LAPD cruisers. The city administrative officer, Matt Zabo, tells 7 on your sides that these are extraordinary events with, of course, now an extraordinary cost.
It's certainly not sustainable. It's critical, and as the mayor and members of the council have said, the city will maintain public safety, but this level of extraordinary deployment is very expensive. Every day that we need to have this deployment, it's costing the taxpayers millions.
Now, as for the roughly $20 million costs from these protests, Zabo says the city will pay for them using mostly money from its reserves. Zabo says he's always concerned when the city needs to dip into that rainy day fund, but he says that fund is there for unplanned events just like this. Live in the studio, Kevin Osebek, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Hold on. So when sending the National Guard will actually, you don't have to use less manpower and you will have more soldiers and more people on the ground without using the taxpayer dollars of
Still
LA.
gotta pay them though.
They got to pay the federal.
They get paid
different. That's federal. That's federal payment. That's not state.
They're there anyway.
It's interesting that like they're allowing the looters to destroy the city, knowing that it's going to have extraordinary costs.
This is pissing
and now
me off.
that they know that they can't, it's not going to be sustainable for them to pay it. They're going to force it on the Trump administration. You know what they should do? They should say no, because they spend billions of dollars for illegals.
They should
billions.
absolutely say no. Nothing actually has pissed me off this week more than this right here. So you're telling me you guys told these people, they hyped this protest up, told the people, the citizens, it's okay to protest. And then now when the damages are done, it's somebody else's fault when you guys literally told them to protest.
Yeah, they said, we stand behind y'all. We stand behind y'all destroying and burning up our city, attacking our law enforcement. We stand behind y'all.
I can't believe this shit, man. This is actually next level gaslighting. I have never seen no shit like this in my life. Y'all said, hey, continue to do this. Y'all have the right to protest. This is peaceful. And if it's damages, is it peaceful? Nah, bro, you can't make this shit up, bro. This shit is insane. Actually, wow. Then they gonna sit there and smile? Like, look at this shit.
Just like with the fire.
Look at this shit. This shit is crazy.
Saying fuck the cops. This is a weird ass fucking sticker right here. It's a very California National Party. I don't know what that is, but it's ugly. I'll tell you that much.
This is crazy.
Ice KYS. Kill yo. That says Mexico.
And then check this one out
It's
right
like a
here. It
third
says
world
can't stop,
country.
won't stop.
It's crazy. Yeah, bro.
We wanted to come like film the tear gas and the pepper balls they were firing at them. But by the time we got here, they had
Diddy
already
for
probably got the
president.
street sweeper to
And
come
then they
clean
put
this
it-
shit up because the streets are actually really clean.
Fiend.
It's just all the graffiti.
Wow. Diddy for president and Fiend wrote in graffiti on Los Angeles. Bro, they literally told him to do this. They told them this shit is okay, though. And then now they're looking for a handout from the federal government when the federal government tried to help you guys in damages before it started.
You would assume by their focus and their repeating over and over and over again of what's going on that Los Angeles was a war zone, no different than some real war zones across this world. Nothing could be further from the truth. But we're going to announce additional charges today, both myself, Mr. Asali, the CHP and the LAPD, to give you an idea of the types of crimes that have been committed and will absolutely be prosecuted. The first, well, I will announce 5 of them. Mr. Asali will announce several others. The first one I want to focus on is by an individual named William Rubio. William Rubio is 23 years old. He has been charged with 2 felony counts of assault upon a police officer and 2 felony counts of using a destructive device to injure or destroy.
You going to
Now,
jail?
let me describe the charges that have been alleged against Mr. Rubio. On the night of June 8th, there was a dumpster that was set on fire at 1st and Spring Street. Undercover officers observed Mr. Rubio allegedly throwing fireworks at the Los Angeles Fire Department and the Los Angeles Police Department personnel who responded to put the fire out. Mr. Rubio left the scene, but was spotted 30 minutes later, allegedly throwing fireworks at Los Angeles Police Department motor officers who were on a skirmish line. He was arrested, and when he was arrested, in his backpack, they found 20 individual fireworks. These included 11 M1000 quarter sticks. For anyone who understands fireworks, you have fireworks that range from the least explosive, an M80, an M100. These were 11 M1000 fire sticks, these quarter sticks. These quarter sticks are basically a quarter stick of dynamite.
I can blow your hand
These are
off.
lethal devices, destructive devices. And had any of these been thrown in a person's direction, they very well could have killed or maimed that person.
Dang.
That was what Mr. Rubio was doing the night of June 8th, and Mr. Rubio was arrested. He was charged with these crimes. And if convicted as charged, Mr. Rubio faces up to 8 years and 8 months in prison. The second case involves Terrell Tillis, 30 years old. He's been charged with 1 felony count of possession of a firearm by a felon and 1 misdemeanor count of giving or receiving a large capacity magazine. On the night of June 11th, Mr. Tillis was in downtown Los Angeles, and he was detained for being out past a Los Angeles city mandated curfew. He allegedly had this loaded firearm with him that had 15 rounds in the magazine.
Whoa.
If convicted as charged, Mr. Tillis is facing up to 6 years and 6 months in prison.
Peaceful.
Third defendant, Antonia
6
De La
years.
Rosa, age 44. He's been charged with 1 felony count of discharging a laser at an aircraft. On the night of June 12th, Mr. De La Rosa has been alleged to be in the area of a protest in San Pedro. He allegedly pointed a green laser at a Los Angeles Police Department helicopter several times. If convicted as charged, he faces up to 3 years in prison. Fourth defendant, Eddie Lee Baldwin, age 39. He has been charged with one felony count of second-degree commercial burglary. On the night of June 9th, Mr. Baldwin is accused of being among many dozens of people who forced their way into an Apple store in downtown Los Angeles to loot that store. He faces up to 6 years in prison. And the fifth defendant.
So with all this being said, was this peaceful? Absolutely not.
No.
So why are they trying to press charges on Donald Trump and the federal government?
They was letting people run
No,
around
not press charges.
destroying their city.
Why are they?
Trying to get them to pay the fines, the damages that they allowed, that they try to justify. They called this peaceful. They said brother had a stick of dynamite.
You know, I got an idea. Let Donald Trump pay for it.
No.
Listen. You gotta let me finish. Let him pay for it, and he gonna do what he want to do out there. He gonna send the ICE agents like he wanted. Y'all gonna have the police department help send them what they need.
I don't understand why everyone's so bad.
I feel like that's the only way he gonna send some bread.
I mean, maybe that's not a bad idea.
If they don't help with the ICE raid, he's probably not sending no bread.
This
bro.
is just insane to me, man. This is just like next level gaslighting, man. Because literally nothing that happened in Los Angeles was peaceful. Nothing. Like if you search Los Angeles on Twitter, just look at the type of things that you will see.
He destroyed that auto zone.
Like this is insane. Like there's just no way.
Well, riots have been worse than this.
Yes, it has.
The auto zone here on the corner of Century and Hoover, and someone was recording it on Citizen app. Take a look. From a street takeover to a store takeover. It happened in a matter of minutes at the auto zone on the corner of Century and Hoover here in South LA.
Wow.
It was just after 4 a.m. when drivers took over the intersection, doing donuts, burning.
Wow, man.
They was doing donuts and stealing from AutoZone. That's crazy.
And they said that the mainstream media used the word peaceful protest more than 200 times. What about this is peaceful, guys?
They brought out the water hose.
They broke the hydrant. It's the same city that just almost burnt to the ground.
That is crazy when you think about it.
Everything's Trump's fault with the liberals.
Yeah, when he's not even in office, it's Trump's fault. So I'm not surprised.
Hello, I'm Bill Asaley, United States Attorney for the Central District of California.
And I'm Akil Davis, the Assistant Director in charge of the FBI's Los Angeles Field Office.
And I'm Tyler Hatcher, the Special Agent in charge of IRS criminal investigation here in Los Angeles.
The right to assemble and protest peacefully is protected by law. Unfortunately, we've seen individuals whose intentions are to cause damage and to assault law enforcement. For example, last week we arrested an individual who was charged with conspiracy to commit and aiding and abetting civil disorders. These violent agitators put peaceful demonstrators at risk.
The FBI and our federal partners will continue to investigate individuals and organizations who are knowingly funding or committing acts of violence against law enforcement, as well as the destruction of property.
We are currently tracing money to determine who is providing funding for these riots. Funding crime doesn't just affect the criminals, it also disrupts entire communities.
It's crazy.
Each dollar funneled into illegal operations fuels violence, undermines law and order, and perpetuates fear. Make no mistake, we will identify and disrupt financial networks supporting these criminal activities.
Think before you act. The legal consequences for financing or aiding and abetting these crimes are harsh. They include imprisonment and fines.
If you have any information regarding individuals and/or organizations providing financial support to commit acts of violence or destruction of property, please dial 1-800-CALL-FBI or visit tips.fbi.gov. You can also upload your images and videos to fbi.gov/LA officer assault.
The United States government will continue to safeguard constitutionally protected rights, but we will not tolerate assaults on law enforcement, destruction of property, or any violent acts that puts the community in harm's way.
Well,
They finna get that ass.
And they do have a lot of organizations that have paid for these protesters to be there, man. They got some proof of them. I mean, it's over 50 of them. This is insane, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
I'm just trying to figure out if this is a damage right here.
This is absolutely damage. They said a graffiti cause.
Which it is.
Keynote graffiti cause.
How could Donald Trump have solved this in any way?
Why is everyone so mad that
In
Trump
any
is
way.
doing what he said he was going to do?
In any way.
I don't see what spray painting a building do. Looting.
I am demanding full accountability and reimbursement for local cost. I just can't believe this shit, man. Like, when the chaos unleashed within the Trump administration recklessly deployed the military and ICE agents into our communities. Wow.
They created this unrest.
I can't believe this shit, man. This is crazy, y'all.
They can't afford it. That's why they're upset. They spent all the money, spent it all on illegals and homelessness and whatever the hell else they be burning their money on.
Basically, y'all saying the damages that were done weren't okay, but y'all said it was okay during that time.
Pull up a clip.
Like, they literally said it was okay. Here's a Democrat representative.
She was born in India.
Saying Trump is abusing his power and is taking over Los Angeles in a dramatic, momentum, authoritarian overreach. Wow.
Yeah, we're listening to a foreign-born national in our country. This is why I tell you, a foreign-born national should not serve in our government. They're going to engage in the delusion.
Trump tried to help you guys. You guys know it. This is pure delusion. We're out of here, guys.